from the farm to the table, there are many points where contamination can occur. So it is essential for consumers to be aware of the proper food handling methodologies and storage practices to prevent food-borne illnesses. Globally, around 600 million people fall ill from consuming contaminated food each year, resulting into an estimated 420,000 deaths. As we crown the International Food Safety Week, we need to look at key opportunities to improve the quality of food for consumption and the increasing impacts of health and the economy. Let's take a look.
The food actors in the agri-food systems think about the safety of our food last, and yet they are supposed to think about our food safety first.
Food safety is a critical issue affecting human health, economies, and sustainable development. In Uganda, 1 out of 10 persons suffer food-borne ailment. Annually, Government of Uganda spends over $1 million on treatment of food-borne ailments, according to statistics by the Ministry of Health. Unsafe food excessively affects vulnerable populations, including women and children. According to the Executive Director, Food Rights Alliance, Agnes Chirabo, Ugandans continue to eating dangerous food to their lives due to ignorance and greed from producers and marketeers.
And the use of highly hazardous chemicals, characterized as highly hazardous chemicals. Majority of them are on the market. Many of them, the farmers, the traders, are still using these chemicals in our food systems. Why they were condemned and scrapped off by WHO is because of the carcinogenic component or ingredient within them that is known to cause cancer. But farmers are using them. Farmers are even inducing drying of grains by spraying these chemicals on these foods. So if a maize has survived aflatoxin, then you contaminate it with chemical. The antibiotics, you see the chemicals, the aflatoxins, when it comes to animals, they end up in the feed system, and they end up in the animals. We all know that when you vaccinate or when you treat an animal, there is a withdrawal period of a minimum of 2 weeks. Farmers are not withdrawing. Any animal that is threatening not to survive, the next solution, call a butcherman. They send the birds on the market.
The Technical Coordinator, Nutrition Sensitive Agriculture at Sasakawa Africa Association, Jacqueline Namusalisi, says along the entire agriculture value chain, priority should be put on food safety as nations of the world aspire to achieve food security for healthier communities.
All the activities, all the implementations, all the innovations around Sasakawa Africa Association in promoting food and agriculture in communities is based on food safety. Food safety starts from the farm. And that means even farmers should be knowledgeable about food safety. We, as Sasakawa, we conduct numerous trainings among the farmers, right from how they handle the inputs that they put in their farms.
The consumers in developing economies like Uganda have remained complacent and unaware of safety issues. They only mind about the price of food.
Did you check the expiry date of that soda you took yesterday? Did you check the expiry date of that mineral water you took yesterday? How often do you walk into the market and check on the basic expiry date? We don't. We are consumers of price. We only check the price and you take. We go to the market even for fresh foods. We consume quantity and we consume price.
Food preparation is key not only for good nutrition, but for safety of the food we eat. There are many gaps in preparing safe food across communities.
Food consumed can become dangerous if at all you're eating too much, because in this life too much of anything is bad. That's why you see diseases like obesity, where someone has eaten too much. But also there is this thing we call aflatoxins. When we are not drying our food the right way, especially groundnuts, and they get that bitter, there is a bitter mold Sometimes the groundnuts might not get bitter, but there is that mold. The issue is people don't focus on the micronutrient deficiencies. The fact that you can look healthy, you can be fat, but in your body, you're malnourished.
Even with nutritional security, we have to think about food safety. Food safety. How are we storing our food? How are we preparing our food? How are we serving our food? And these are very important issues that we need to think about when we are building the household. Actually, in the face of the parish development model, it is important to holistically develop a household so that it has the food, it has the income, children go to school.
Unfortunately, Uganda has enacted some of the best policies and laws. We need to implement them to save lives.
We need to ensure that we have food safety policies, and these should be regulatory. There should be people in government put out there specifically to track the safety of food in communities, right from the grassroots to the manufacturers. And these the law should be stringent enough, and it should be able to apprehend all those that are misusing food.
We have enough laws, we have enough regulations, we have enough guidelines, but we have weak systems. Our institutions are so weak numerically. The numbers of human beings working there are very few to be able to deal with this widely opened market. Then technologically, food safety and the issues associated to it are mutating, they are mutative, they keep advancing. We are working with very old technology. There was a time when they were claiming we have plastic eggs on the market. Bureau of Standards never had the technology to detect. So our technological capacities are also still wanting. Our financial capacities, our institutions are poorly financed.
Food serves multiple functions in most living organisms. For example, it provides materials that are metabolized to supply the energy required for the absorption and translocation of nutrients, for the synthesis of cell materials, for movement and locomotion, and for excretion of waste products.
You will notice that when you're defining what food security is, there is first, the quantity should be enough. This food should be accessible, it should be available, it should be affordable, but overall, ultimately, that food must be safe.
Looking at this year's theme of the World Food Safety Day, Food Safety, Science in Action, the current scientific innovations have either left our food unsafe or safe for consumption.
There are so many ways the manufacturers should be concerned and put processes in place, invest in mechanized solutions such as destoners in rice to remove those stones, the magnets to remove all those metal filings out of the flour, such that we have pure and safe products.